Yo, what's happening, YouTube? Been a while since I checked in. Hope you are all good, and I hope that you are all locked in and you're chasing them dreams that you want to chase. I wanted to talk a little bit about everything, to be honest. Wanted to get a few things off my head and that I've been thinking of, and some of the stuff that I've been listening to on my podcast that I've been listening to on the daily. I tend to listen to the same podcast because you miss things out when you listen to it once or twice. So I've watched them over like 3 or 4 times, so I can really take in all the information. And on one of the podcasts, it was Mike Tyson was in it. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but he did say something along the lines of discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. And if you think of it this way, discipline, if the people that do the things they hate on a daily but do it like they love it are the people that become successful and um, get to the places they want to be in life, because they're doing everything they need to do regardless of whether they're tired, whether they want to do it today, whether they hate it or love it. They do these steps because they know this is the step and the route and the path they need to take to get to the place they want to be. Discipline is the thing that sets you apart from everyone else. Discipline is getting up on the same time every day. Keep your mind in the same routine of getting up at the exact same time every day and going through the same thing. Might be boring, but the boring thing is what you have to do in order to get yourself to where you want to be. Staying on track and doing everything you need to do. You need to set your day up the day before, so then when you wake up, you know what you've got to do. You've wrote it all down on your notepad or on your whiteboard. You know exactly what you've got to do. There's no sitting there thinking, oh, what have I got to do today? You've already set the goals the night before, so make sure you're doing that. Might be a little bit of a waffle on this video, but I don't care. I'm here to help you, people, and document my journey on how I've changed my life around and become successful. Failure. You've got to look at a failure as not necessarily you're failing at something, but you've got to look at it as more as a lesson. Failures are opportunities for growth to be better. That's how you've got to look at failures. Failures don't mean, oh, we'll just give up at the first hurdle. You've got to look at it as, okay, I failed at this. What's another way around it so I can not fail next time? You've got to look at failures as lessons. That's all it is. Failure gives you an opportunity for self-examination. There's other ways around it. You've only failed at this one because it's not worked, but try again. Makes you think instead of just sitting down. If you fail at something and you just sit back and you just go, right, okay, that's it, I'm not doing no more. You're shutting your brain off. You need to think of it as, right, I failed this way. How can I get around it and make it work this way? Make your brain work. Make it think. When you got no money, don't say, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford to do this. I can't afford to do that. I can't buy that. Look at it more as, how can I get the money to do that? Make your brain think. You've got to think in order to be successful. You've got to shift your whole mindset. It's all a mindset. For people going through difficult times, this is where you learn a lot about yourself and how hard you can push yourself and how weak or strong mentally you are. This is the time where you've got to really put the work in, because difficult times really bring out the true person that you are. Whether you're going to slouch about and do nothing, or whether you're going to kick yourself in the ass and get yourself in action. Failure teaches you things that success doesn't. Failure is one of the most important things that you could have or go through, because it shows you that, okay, I failed it this time, but then you try again and then you don't fail, and it's a mental thing. It makes you feel better about yourself because you know you failed it at one point, but now you've not failed and now you've got through it, and it shows you that no matter what you fail at, you can always, always, always bounce back. If you want to be successful, you have to get used to failing. You have to get used to things not working out and having to brainstorm and go a different way around things and take a different path, a different route. It's all a part of the process. Price for success changes on a daily basis, and you've got to be willing to pay that price, whatever it is on that day. You've got to be willing to put in that work regardless of how you feel and how you're thinking on that day, and whether you can be bothered or not be bothered. You just got to do it. That's the price you pay for success, and that's how you're gonna make it out of this life. You need to find that one thing you're good at. You're not gonna find that until you experiment and try everything out. Once you find that one thing that you're good at and you're passionate about, and it's the route to success, you've got to attack it. You've got to look at it as if you're trying to save your life. You've got to stop yourself from drowning. This is the way you've got to chase this dream every single day. It's the only way you're going to become successful. You've got to become obsessed with the journey. Listen, I know I haven't made it yet, and it's hard to take advice from someone who hasn't made it, but I know I'm going to make it. And I know this advice I'm giving is getting me closer to my story and my success, and it can help you as well. So whether you take it or whether you don't, I don't care, because either way I'm going to make it, and I'm setting out the steps by steps that you need to take, that I'm taking. And don't get me wrong, the more knowledge I take in and the more I go on this path, my routine is going to change and my steps are going to change, because I'm going to become more wiser. Like I always say, the more knowledge you know and the more things you know and the more things you take in, the more valuable you become to yourself and other people around you, and the more people that want to work with you and see you as a person to look up to and take advice from. So really take time to learn about everything and new things and the path you're taking. Just because you don't see me every day doesn't mean that I ain't working. Listen, I'm putting in that work when no one's watching. That's what you have to do. You have to put in that work when no one's watching. So when people are watching, you're already ready to put in that work, because you've been doing it when no one else is watching. For you people that's going through a hard time and you're using that as an excuse to just sit about and do nothing, this is your time more than ever to get up, get yourself in act and get your life together. Build that discipline. Motivation doesn't last, so don't listen to anyone that says, oh, you need to be motivated. Motivation goes out the window in 2 weeks, sometimes a couple of days. Discipline is what builds character, it's what builds your future, and it's what builds a better life and a better body for yourself. Better body, better mind, better you are. So eat good, get in the gym. Listen, for everyone watching this video now, I want you to get up, do 20 press-ups right now. I don't care if you're in bed eating biscuits. I don't care if you're sat on the toilet. Get up, do your 20 press-ups. I want to see it done. And just for you, I'll do mine as well. Oh. What's your excuse? Get up, push out, get them push-ups going now. Listen. Get a swig. It's the little steps that you take, like just even getting up and doing 20 push-ups a day, or just getting up and making your bed in the morning, making food, meal prepping, writing your day out before you go to bed. It's just the little things that builds discipline. Listen, I know I ramble a lot on all these videos. I don't want the whole YouTube to be like that, but at the minute, I just want to be able to talk people through what I'm doing and hopefully motivate them to change their life and get up and do something and show my story. But there will be some better content coming soon. Listen, you've got to get up every day. You've got to treat it like this could be the day. These actions could be the actions that make you blow up tomorrow, or not necessarily blow up if you're not doing social media, but could be the things that take you onto that next step to being successful, or it could make you successful. All it takes is one day to change. Not even a day, 10 minutes, an hour. That's all it takes for your life to change like that. So you need to put in that work every day, regardless. A big one for people is, which they don't like to admit and they don't like to take into consideration, is the people you hang around are the people you're going to become. Understand people may be your mates, and doesn't mean don't talk to him or don't see him again, but limit that. Especially if you want success, you've got to surround yourself with people who are like-minded and who want to do the same as you. And if your mates are true mates, they'll truly understand that you're on your own path, you're on a separate path. Doesn't necessarily mean that you don't like them or you don't want to be around them. You just want to get your success and be where you want to be. And then that's your time to go and hang around and go out and have a few drinks if you want to have a few drinks. But for you to be successful, you have to sacrifice all the nice things you have going for you. It's just temporary. It's temporary. That's all it is. It's temporary. You're gonna be able to go and do the things you want to do again, but while you're grinding and while you're trying to be successful, you have to just sacrifice. Small sacrifices make a whole lot of a difference. For anyone that's doing content and wanna be a content creator or just anything along the content, and you've got to be able to have a strong mind, because there's going to be people around you who don't necessarily understand what you're doing, or they feel more insecure because you've got the confidence to pick up a camera, talk to it, or just record in certain places, whatever it is. They're insecure that they're not secure enough to do that in themselves. So you've got to be strong minded, because they're gonna hear things you don't want to hear, but that's just the way the world is. People want to talk down on you and call you cringe, but once you make it, they're the first people to come running asking you how, or asking for handouts. This ain't necessarily going to be a long video, but it's just more me explaining how failure can steer you in one or two directions. One being you just sack it all off and you just admit defeat, or two, you look at it as more as a lesson than a failure. You look at it how, okay, this way failed, but if I tried this way, it could work, and if it doesn't, we'll just figure out another way. So I just wanted to explain about how two different mindsets can give you two different outcomes. You've got to enjoy the journey. Like, there's nothing better than knowing that every day you get up, you are getting one step closer to being that wealthy person you want to be, or that business that you've made it to it blowing up and spiraling out and you're making loads of money. There's just, every day you get up and grind, and God's gonna pay it off, man. It's gonna pay off. God will make sure. As it says in the Bible, Isaiah 60:22, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. It's all in God's timing. That's all it is. You've got to be able to show him that you're willing to put in the work and graft and really go through all the grit for him to be able to give you the life you want to have. That's all it is. It's just a matter of time, man. Keep showing up every day. You never know. Tomorrow could be your day. Tomorrow could be your day that your whole life change. That's how you've got to look at everything. Every day you get up, you can think, right, this is the day where I could make it happen and I'm going to blow. I'm going to become successful. That's how you got to look at it. Every day you've got to wake up with that drive and willingness to chase that dream and just kill it every day. Just get one step closer. You've got to think of this journey as climbing the mountain. Every step you take, you get closer to the top every day, and it gets hard and you dip and you fall off, and then you come back up, you rise and you get higher, and then eventually you fall again and then get higher and fall and higher and fall. That's just the journey. It's just the journey. It builds your character. It makes it more meaningful when you become successful. You can look back at your journey and you can think, wow, look, I failed there, or I was struggling bad there with the fail, and I looked at a different way and I got up and I carried on, and look at you. Just wanted to quickly end off the video by saying I appreciate all the love and support. I hope this video has helped you out. I spat a lot of game. There's a lot of key information in this video, and the reason I've been away from YouTube for a while is because I've got a new area for where I do my work now. I've got a new room, so I've just kind of been doing all of this. It's a lot cleaner, and yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of work going on, a lot more YouTube videos. I've got a bigger desk, it's a lot cleaner, and yeah, man, we're ready to go. But I appreciate the love and support, and I hope you are doing good. And again, if you need any advice from away from the YouTube videos, just text my Instagram, or yeah, I'd say Instagram's a lot easier. Don't text me on TikTok because I won't see it. So Instagram, I'll leave it in the description. But love, man,